Welcome back, it's me Lou, and I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. And today we're looking at something a little bit different and a little bit something special. This is G.I. Joe Classified Series Agent Helix. Now, this particular action figure is not one that you can buy at retail. It's actually a custom action figure that I made. I'm very fond of the Agent Helix character. And if you go to the G.I. Joe website, I believe Agent Helix is one of the characters that I think they're teasing that they might release in the future. So I'm not sure when we're going to get her, but at the time when I made this figure, it was maybe like a couple of weeks after the figures were dropped on us, the first wave. And like many of you, I bought the entire first wave of figures, and I was just kind of antsy for more Classified Series figures. And at the moment, they didn't announce the Target exclusives yet, and so it seemed like it was going to be a while before they gave us more figs. And I was just really itchy, and I was kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to start making figures. And if they come out down the road, I'll just like swap them out. But in the meantime, I just wanted to make a bunch of customs that were placeholders, and Agent Helix was definitely a character I wanted to make. So many of you were asking, who is Agent Helix? So Agent Helix, she's not as well known as some of the other female G.I. Joe characters. So when you think of G.I. Joe and female characters, the ones that come to mind immediately are like Scarlet, Lady J, CoverGirl, the Baroness, Jinx, Zarana, and Zanya. If there's more, I can't think of any right now, but off the top of my head, those are kind of like the female G.I. Joe characters that quickly come to mind. Now, Agent Helix, I believe she was first introduced as an action figure for the original live-action G.I. Joe movie, The Rise of Cobra. And I happen to have that figure on card with me. So I believe this was the first release of Agent Helix. I think just in any form, whether it was in fiction or an action figure. I think this was her debut. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments below. So when the G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra movie came out, they made so many figures. It was cool. The movie, I mean, some people didn't like it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun for what it was. But man, they gave us a lot of toys, and I was very grateful for that. And the quality of the toys they gave us was cool. They gave us some really cool sculpts, some new characters such as this one. The accessories, there was some reuse with the accessories, some new ones, but overall, I thought the line in general was brilliant. They had so many cool things. And one of the cool things that come out of the G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra toy line was this, Agent Helix. So, this is Agent Helix, and she's covert operations. She's on the side of the Joes, so she's a good guy. There's some beautiful character artwork here. All of the Rise of Cobra figures, they always had these really beautiful character illustrations. I really wish I knew who did them. For some reason, I want to say it looks like it might have been Greg Horn, but I don't know. I'm probably wrong on that. And the figure, on card and in the bubble, she's nicely framed. These figures came with lots of accessories. She has a knife. She has two pistols, so she could dual wield. She has a cool little, rocket launcher kind of deal. So if you're a kid, it gives you a cool thing with a projectile. They came with a display stand that kind of almost looked like a dog tag. So yeah, you really got your money's worth out of these 3 3/4 figures. I really missed the 3 3/4 figures. Like, it's really cool that they gave us 6-inch figures, but I don't know. There's something about the 3 3/4 figures I just love. And, they do almost everything that the 6-inch figures do. They're highly articulated, they're very detailed, and they come with a buttload of accessories. And on the back, here's her bio. Agent Helix is a covert operations officer with advanced martial arts training and expert marksmanship. An Olympic-class gymnast, her distinctive whirlwind attack is an overpowering combination of kicks and firepower. So she's classified, her serial number is classified, she's a corporal, grade E4, and her preferred weapon is dual 10mm auto pistols. And some other figures in the wave, there's General Abernathy, that's General Hawk. And this is in the likeness of, what's his name? Is that Dennis Quaid who played him? Yes, I think this figure is in the likeness of Dennis Quaid. There's a Flash figure. There's the Pit Commando. That's a very generic. This is kind of like the Pit Commando is kind of the troop builder. There's the Baroness. There's the Crimson Neo Viper and the Cobra Eel. And these figures are old. This came out in 2009. So Agent Helix, she's actually a character that she's developed quite the fan following. You know, even though she wasn't in the original cartoon or comic books. If you do like a Google search and just type in Agent Helix, you'll see there's all sorts of fan-made customs. There's even like all sorts of fan art. And yeah, I think she's a popular character in the IDW line of comic books. I remember I was reading some of the Transformer books. I mean, I still read the IDW Transformer books, but maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, IDW, they were taking all their Hasbro-related properties and kind of creating like a Hasbro-verse. Because I think at the time, there were rumblings that Hasbro themselves actually wanted to take all their different properties and kind of integrate them all together, kind of like what Marvel does, but for their live-action movies. And I think IDW was kind of like experimenting with that. So for maybe about a year, it was very normal to see G.I. Joe characters, Mask characters, and like some of the ROM characters in the Transformer books and vice versa. And I remember Agent Helix being a prominent character in some of those stories where they intermixed like the Transformers and the G.I. Joes and like Mask. And it was entertaining. It's kind of cool for me to see her in action because, I mean, this was a character that, even though she was made for the Rise of Cobra movie, or at least she was made for the Rise of Cobra movie toy line, this character does not appear in the movie at all. So yeah, I was very intrigued by her. I think visually she looks really cool. She wears this kind of like corset. She has all these harnesses and straps. Her hair color is kind of like white and gray. It's kind of reminiscent of kind of like Rogue from the X-Men. So she looks badass. I like her. So when they made the Classified series, you know, one character I really wanted was an Agent Helix. So I kind of went ahead and made my own. And I just, as I've mentioned before in previous videos, part of the fun for me customizing a figure is also making custom packaging. I'd like to create a package so for me it feels like this is something I bought at the store. I think for me it just adds more to the fun of it. So I designed I took a existing G.I. Joe Classified box, and I took the card art from here, and I kind of modified it a little. I kind of gave it that explosion that the old retro 80s figures had. And yeah, I just pasted this on the box. Gave her character title, Agent Helix. Her portrait on the side of the box. And the rest of the box it's all the same. And let's take a look at the figure herself. So I'm just gonna leave the figure in the tray for now. I don't feel because in all honesty I think it'd be kind of a nightmare for me to take it out because the tray's kind of taped onto the cardboard, and I don't want to wreck it removing it. So here's my custom Agent Helix. I kind of went by the same color scheme. You know, she has the yellow, she has the kind of like black corset, and she has some gray on her. I gave her hair the two colors, the white and the gray. And the head sculpt is actually, this is actually the Brie Larson head from the Marvel Legends Captain Marvel movie. And I just trimmed the hair a little, gave her a haircut, recolored the hair, and I thought it worked okay. I gave her some additional harnesses and straps. And I think the base body is actually, it's from the black, yeah, so this is how old this figure is. So the base body is actually the Marvel Legends Black Widow Yelena Belova action figure that was for the Black Widow movie that was supposed to come out last year but never did. And up until now it's still supposed to come out. I think it's coming out sometime soon, and I'm excited about it. So yeah, here's Agent Helix. it's an okay. It's a placeholder for now. You know, I was more concerned about just making this a display piece. You know, I'm not gonna take her out of the package because I have like a majority of my G.I. Joe Classifieds on card still, and they're hanging on the wall together, and they just look cool grouped together. So yeah, this is my custom Agent Helix figure. Not much to say beyond that. I just wanted to share it with you, and I don't know. I have a couple more custom G.I. Joe Classified figures. I'll probably make videos for those, but here's the Agent Helix one. I'm really hoping that we get an official figure soon. I'd really love to see what they do with her. The G.I. Joe Classified series has not disappointed me at all in any way. And, fingers crossed that her official fig is going to be awesome. And I'm betting it's going to. So let's wrap this up. Once again, my name is Lou. Thank you so much for dropping by. Feel free to visit anytime. And I'll talk to you later. Take care.